demonstrate what I hold in my hand right here is a common fork. Now this works the same way the nail does, except I don't use a hammer. I'm just going to push this fork here into my own face, using my own hand. After which I'm going to ruin forks for everybody here for the rest of their lives. You guys are never going to be able to look at a fork the same way ever again. In fact, each and every time you sit down to a meal and you pick one of these things up right here, it's probably going to be me that you're thinking about. The best part about it really is I don't feel guilty about that one bit. None whatsoever. So here we go. There you go, all the way to the back, right? Not a big deal. Really gives a new meaning to the whole playing with your food kind of term, right? I guess nothing left for me to do to get this out of here. So. And of course, it's always really awkward eating from this end of the fork. But the human blockhead is an act that originated in 1929 by a gentleman known as Melvin Burkhart. Essentially, anybody who's decided to shove nails into their own face has him to thank. It gets better. This next act is known as the mental floss. Now, everybody knows that dental flossing is a great way to clean out a dirty mouth. So one can only assume that mental flossing is a great way to clean out a dirty mind, right? That's what the balloon's for. So without further ado, the mental floss. Now, if I happen to spray all over everybody in the front 2 rows, I'm really sorry.
It's actually more of a splatter.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's got me before.
I'm not really that sorry.
It just laughs.
Flossing, come on, guys. There you have it. The mental floss. So now that I'm all spick and span up there and there's not a dirty thought in sight, I'm going to hand the floor back to John here, and he's going to amaze you with another one of his spectacular, but they still look at me like that.
Wow.
Yeah, wasn't that incredible? I watch him do that all the time, and it never gets old. Y'all have probably noticed that I'm a genuine human oddity. I'm one of the last natural-born freaks still working in Sideshow today. And in addition to my physical anomalies, I also have a very, very rare natural ability. So I'm one of the few people in this world that are immune to the lethal effects of electricity. Most people, if you take a piece of wire and jam it into a wall socket, the electricity throw you across the room, probably kill you. I don't have that problem, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate for you right now. I've got this piece of battery cable here, and I've stripped the insulation off the end of it so I can hold on to the bare wire, get a nice solid electrical connection. I don't just shove the other end right into the wall socket anymore, though, because we had a guest performer here a few months ago. They decided they could do this since I could do it too, you know, well, they couldn't do it too. They wound up killing the power all up and down 6th Street for about 4 blocks. It was on the news. So, you know, because everything had to close. Saw on the news the next day that just the bars alone lost over $1 million in revenue. Yeah. Fortunately for the museum, when the city looked into the cause of the outage, they blamed it on some electrical fire down below street level. So I don't know what kind of overload happened, but we lucked out because it never came back to us. Otherwise, we'd probably be out of business. That made me think it'd be a really good idea to have just a big heavy-duty fuse box right up here and in between me and everything else. So hopefully it'll isolate any possible disasters to no more than within this room. So ideally the worst thing you might see happen is I'll die. But when you get downstairs, everything will still be open, so you can get a drink, you can have some lunch, get the kids their tattoo appointment. My goal is, the point I'm trying to make is you're not going to be inconvenienced by my error. That's just the level of professionalism we insist on in the Sinister Hand Sideshow. And then just for my convenience, to keep the show running more smoothly, I have a little power